yesterday to briefly go over chapter 23, just to give you the gist. And I'd like to start with that this morning. How was 18? Was 18 really hard? Huh?
No, it wasn't so hard, but the end was too fast.
It was too... Oh well. It's what we did last year. Unfortunately, you were 18, right? At the very beginning, yeah.
We said about this four noble truths that have to debate. And this was too fast.
Oh, that was 24. That was 24. Oh.
I thought it was so important one.
Ah, okay. Yeah, sorry for that. It's either do it slowly, but then not do everything, or, so I just assume people have already this understanding of the Four Noble Truths, but of course there are different levels of that understanding, and I just kind of assumed that was clear. So please speak up if you feel it's too fast. If there's anything you could come up with also now, ask if this verse is clear.
I don't know what Four Noble Truths and how they relate to what you taught.
I mean, basically what...
levels in it.
Right, yes, I understand that.
We will offer a review in the closing conversation, so we can offer a review during the year.
Right, okay. So maybe just this much with regard to 24, it's really just someone accusing the highest philosophical view of Kelsang, saying, well, you're saying nothing exists inherently, but that means nothing can come into existence or nothing can go out of existence. And then the Four Noble Truths can't exist. And so then Prasangika, Nagarjuna's view, Prasangika's view would then be, well, but if you say things exist inherently, I can accuse you of the same thing, because nothing could arise and nothing could go out of existence. Because it would be inherently already there or could never come into existence. So it could not depend on other things to come about. Because as we see, when things arise, they can only arise because there are other things that assist them in that process. And therefore, if there's no coming into existence and no going out of existence, you can know the Four Noble Truths. Because it's all about coming into existence, independence. This is the first truth, comes into existence, independence on the second truth. The third truth comes into existence, independence on the fourth truth. Right? So if there's no coming into existence and no going out of existence, we can know the Four Noble Truths. If you don't have the Four Noble Truths, we have no one who practices that. You have no Dharma. You have no Buddha. Okay? That's kind of, in a few words. But yes, it makes also a good reason to go over it again. Because really it's a meditation. It guides you through different types of meditation. Now, of course, I was thinking we could do more meditation, but then during that time, you have a sense of what the meditation is all about. You don't need someone to do it for you. You could just have that in front of you, read a sentence, and meditate. That's how it's usually done. Either you memorize the whole thing, that's how Tibetans or Indians would do it traditionally, so you have it right there. But even if you don't have the time or the interest to memorize, it's not necessary. Then you sit on your meditation cushion, you read one verse, and you meditate on it. Okay? And then when you come to some kind of conclusion, you feel like, oh, you've really gone through it, you really internalized it, open your eyes, take the next verse, read through it, right? Start meditating, start thinking, how does this affect me? And in that way, you can go through the whole text, meditating on it and internalizing it. But before that, of course, you need to understand it. Now, hopefully, I laid a basis for that with this course. And then there are the books. They're the ornament of... I found another one. There's another one, another translation that is available. So one is the ornament of reason. And then there's one called Nagarjuna's Middle Way. Nagarjuna's Middle Way. I don't know how reliable this is, but if you read all usually Namatsamkapas. So you read this one, you read the one Ornament of Reason, and you read Namatsamkapas. This is it. If you want to know about emptiness, that is the text to follow. You can read other books to get some rough understanding. If you really want to understand that, in 27 chapters, come on, it's not that much, right? I think the Bible's got more. Right? It's got more. So if you want to read about emptiness, you get the commentaries and you do, a verse a day. Every chapter has between 15, 20, or 30 verses. So this is not that much. If you're really interested, you can spend some time on it, every day a verse, and understand it through reading again through it, and then meditate on it. Okay? Spend a few moments just thinking about this. How is this relevant to me? Alright, now what does number 23 say? Actually what it does is this. First, it assumes that you have a strong basis in the conventional idea. Okay? So, what would that conventional idea entail? Well, in chapter 3, after everything that has preceded 2023, you've heard what is to blame, the afflictions. Oh, afflictive emotions. They really give us a hard time, which is true. However, the way our mind works, if you watch your own conceptual consciousness, conceptual mind is the mind that is not a sense consciousness, it's a mental consciousness, and right now, the only mental consciousness we have are conceptual. And they work with imagery. It's called image, or it's called meaning generality. They deal with concept. They work based on a concept we have of something. Now, if I ask you, remember breakfast, you don't do that, right? Not so long ago. Think of breakfast. You have an image appear to your mind, right? Everyone has a different image. So I ask you to think of breakfast and think of the fact that it was delicious. Now, the image of your mind to your conceptual mind, there appears to be some solid image, which is the representation of your breakfast. It allows you to get at breakfast. But it appears to exist in and of itself, like real breakfast. It appears as the real breakfast. And if I ask you, think of it as being delicious, it almost seems as if there was some inside it, some deliciousness. The mind just creates that, kind of designates it, labels, it has that idea. And that was just your image, it was just created by the mind. But you believe that that's the real thing. And we do that when we walk around in nature, when we identify things. The conceptual mind is always active. Oh, this is the tree. And now our image of the tree overlaps what we perceive. Okay? Alright? And because we have a fixed image of something, right, the tree always seems the same. Because we're fixed on that image. Because it's involved the moment we think, oh, this is a tree. This concept of a tree appears. And since it can change, of course, but usually we're very consistent with things such as trees, for instance. Okay, we may have breakfast every morning that is different, but the tree, same old tree, she said it last time, same old building when you drive through Tel Aviv. You mentioned, well, we should pay more attention and not be just stuck in that image we have. But the point I'm trying to make is that we have a very preconceived notion of reality, right? It took us a long time to create it as children, but once we have it, there's a little addition here and there, but it's not like every day it's like a whole new, actually it is every day a whole new experience, but it feels like, same. In fact, we find it tiring because it was the same. Unless we're like, right, we want to travel, we want to see things, but even that at some point grows tiring. It's tiring. So we have this image of the world, and so everything kind of is this image of our reality, which is just labeled. It's basically labeled based on certain things we take in, but we never take in the whole thing. And then we links like this, like that, and we're fixed in that. And the longer we do it, the more fixed we get in it. The more fixed we are with regard to this is how it is. And so when I talk about the afflictive emotions, going to 23. What do you hear about afflictive emotions? They're a type of awareness, alright? So let's take attachment. Attachment is a type of afflictive emotion. So what can I say about attachment without just saying, it's attachment, it's attachment? Of course I have to say something about it. So what will I say? It arises from conceptualization, from a conceptual mind that has already decided this is good, this is bad, this is desirable, this seems to be intrinsically, makes me feel good, so there's something intrinsic in the object that's got this feel-good ability, make me feel good ability, that's why I want it. And there's a person who has that attachment, kind of can control it. Okay, I mean maybe not control much of its arisal, but possibly direct it, thinking of other aspects of the object to be desired, kind of like dwelling in it. Seems to be control. I mean, there's a person to whom the attachment belongs. And attachment is a type of mind. It is based on the mind. Right? So it seems very clear there's this inherent attachment, this thing we call attachment, just in and of itself existent. And then that depends on previously, of course there is a contradiction in me thinking it exists inherently, and it's dependent on, but we're very good with contradictions, right? We're used to them, so not a big deal, we don't notice them. So it's dependent on pleasant experiences. For instance, there's a person to whom the attachment belongs, and it's a mind, it's a type of consciousness, okay? And so, what about these causes or pleasant objects? Okay, so where do pleasant object. When they say they're pleasant, implies, well, it's something, an object there. What are they? The 5 sense objects. Okay. So, the pleasant ones, the unpleasant ones, etc. Neutral ones. And so, dependent on these pleasant sense objects, attachment arises. Okay? Like pleasant sense objects, even with another person. We attach to another person, they're sense objects. It's what they say, words we hear, it's the way they look, it's the way they move, it's the way they interact with others. We watch that person, right? Before we grow attached, it's not like we meet someone and go, ooh, yeah, there's love on first sight. But from Buddhist point of view, nah, it's not love. You probably were married to them in a previous life, so you're just kind of reconnecting, right? It's like, I know that person. I know too, just in a different form. So for a Buddhist point of view, there's no love at first sight. There's just rediscovering your, okay? So, but that doesn't happen that often, that you meet another person and you right away feel like you know them. No, you meet lots of other people, you've known them in the past, but you've forgotten. And so then it takes some time to get used to them, but it's sense impressions that lead to pleasant experiences, pleasant kind of emotional states, and then the mind automatically hooks onto it. Okay. The same for anger, except it's not pleasant, it's unpleasant, and instead of kind of hooking or, what's the word, attaching yourself to it, instead you want to be removed from the object. You want to harm the object. It may lead to the wish to harm the object, but there's first that resentment aversion. And then with regard to wrong views, like ignorance, when we have the 3, attachment, anger, or attachment, aversion, and ignorance, misapprehension of reality, well, for that, you don't need a pleasant or unpleasant feeling. You need some mistaken appearance. You need some mistake. You need to hold on to something as being wrong. And then you believe that to be true. Okay. Now, in that case, again, where does that mistake come from? Well, there's something that is mistaken, there's an action of being mistaken, there's an object you're mistaken about. Okay? So, then this mistake, it happens either in the past, present, or future. Right? It has to happen at some point. It has a cause, etc. So it arises from causes, and that's about it. That's as much, I would say, maybe in a lesson about those 3 voices. I could add a little nitty-gritty detail, but you'd be satisfied, right? But in all that time, you have a sense that all this is inherently so. Now, what Nagarjuna does is take that image you have, assume you already have that because you've got a basis in Buddhist psychology, etc. So it's like all really, and then he's saying, well, wait a minute, Like, no way. First of all, in the first verse, he says, well, because the afflictions depend on conceptualization, they are dependent. They cannot exist in and of itself simply because they depend on something else other than themselves. So they're not naturally, these states of mind are not naturally anger, attachment, and misapprehensions, because they depend on something other than themselves, previous moments of thoughts that involve some pleasant experience, an unpleasant one, in the case of attachment and anger, or some mistake, some mistaken apprehension. Okay. And then in 3 and 4, it says, and also it seems that there's an I to whom the attachment belongs. Because we're suggesting my anger, my attachment. So it's seen in connection with that. But then there's no I. We've already heard that. We've already, in the previous chapter, this is 23, so in 18 we've discussed about the self. There's no inherently existent self. So it cannot be based on a person that exists inherently. Therefore, how can it exist inherently if there's no self, no inherent intrinsic self? That is the basis for that. That's what 3 and 4 deal with. 5, verse number 5 is saying, it's also not inherently a mind. We say it's a mind, but a mind doesn't exist inherently. And moreover, what is the relationship between a mind and a type of mind? Right? It's not the same. A type of mind and mind in general, they're not the same. Okay? So, what is the relationship? Is it one with a mind? Like, for instance, if we say nisim and being a person. Nisim is a person, but nisim and person are not the same. But they're not inherently separate either. And they're not both, they're not neither. So that relationship, if both existed inherently, if the afflictions such as attachment existed inherently, and the mind existed inherently, and we say that affliction is a mind, well, are they inherently one? Are they separate? Totally separate? Are they both or neither? What else could it be? So that kind of analysis here, in with regard to the relationship of a mind, which is the generality of all minds that exist, and a particular mind, attachment. Going through that analysis. Okay? Okay, so again, we cannot find anything inherent. You see how I'm looking at attachment, anger, these afflictions from all angles. Don't allow anything to slip away that my mind can think, yeah, it's inherently a mind. No, get rid of that. And then, what about its causes? If I feel it's inherently pleasant, okay, it depends on something pleasant, so it can't be inherently there, but it's pleasure that exists inherently. No way. How could pleasure exist inherently? Pleasure also depends on something other than itself, right? It arises in dependence on certain sense objects. They give rise to a certain feeling, which we label pleasant. In relation to lots of other things, we label it pleasant. Now, since it's dependent on sense objects, it cannot exist inherently, but even these sense objects don't exist inherently. So, what is the chain of event? How do we get from a neutral mind to a desirous mind, an attached mind? Well, first you need sense objects, then you need a pleasant feeling, then you need to exaggerate the pleasantness, and then you have attachment. Alright? So none of those, which the attachment depends on, exists inherently. Look at the sense object. So, number 5 talks about the relationship between the mind. Number 6 talks about the fact that these afflictions depend on pleasant, etc. feelings which don't exist inherently. Number 7 and 8 talks about the causes of these feelings, that they don't exist inherently. Simply because they depend on light waves, blah, 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 blah. And then, based on the appearance to our sense consciousnesses, we label blue. And that's very subjective again, and my blue may be your green. We call it both blue, but actually what is the basis of labeling it blue may be very different. How do I know you see the same blue? You all know the BBC dress? You know the BBC dress? Just Google BBC dress. Have you heard, some of you? It's about this, it's this thing that was on the BBC once. and it's a photograph of a dress. It was a lady who photographed, or a mother, I think she photographed this dress to send to her daughter who was getting married, and she asked her daughter, is this the right dress I could wear during the wedding? And so she sent this dress, and the husband-to-be and the wife-to-be, they discussed the color of the dress, and they realized they didn't agree with the color. The husband said it was gray golden, and the wife said it was blue black. Now, in actuality, it is blue black, but because it was photographed with the light in such a way, in a certain way, to half of the population, it appeared golden yellow, golden light blue, including myself. To the other half of the population, it appears blue black. So they were disagreeing, and they asked other people, and that's how it became really popular, because there were like exactly two groups. And some years ago, when our teacher Geshe, he taught a whole month of Madhyamika, and we invited him for lunch, the whole group, and we got the dress. And again, the whole group was like, even Geshe, he was golden, blue, or whatever, and then the next person was, no, it's black, blue, golden grey, or blue black. And we were split in half, agreeing and disagreeing. And the theory is that there's something about the brain, it's wired slightly differently, and so therefore it appears differently to different people. Alright, anyway, the BBC dress, it still works, you can still Google it. It was in 2014, but it's still something you'll find. So even then, right, you can actually kind of, it becomes obvious. I mean, I don't know whether your blue is my green, etc., or call it both blue, so how do I know? But in this case, there's actually a disagreement. It appears differently to people. Okay? Dawan, can you wait?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, let's just finish because I went as well. Alright, so therefore, colors are totally subjective. And what is the basis for them? We then label blue. There's no inherent blue. It's a color. We call it that. And again, it could be totally different. So, having said that, therefore, the sense objects don't exist inherently. The emotions, the feelings don't exist inherently. They give rise to those. All right. And then when we talk about, those were actually just attachment and anger, because they arise from pleasant and unpleasant feelings. So they cannot exist intrinsically. Now, how about the misapprehension? That's a little bit hard, because it seems so clear. It's right, it's wrong. Okay? It seems much less subjective in comparison to, for instance, pleasant feelings and unpleasant feelings. Okay? So that is, of course, conventionally the case, but right away we may think, oh, because this table is not permanent, it must be inherently impermanent. Right? And what does Nagarjuna say? Well, if you're saying it's wrong to say it's permanent, then it's also wrong to say it's impermanent, because your impermanent is inherently impermanent. And if you're saying it's inherently impermanent, and that is not wrong, it would also not be wrong to say it's permanent. Right? So this is how we think, like, it is not permanent. No, I'm so clear it's not permanent. But it's inherently impermanent. I got it. We go from one mistake to the next, right? It's just a little bit deeper, because inherently impermanent is just a little bit going, it's a little bit deeper, it's harder to understand if it's not that. But we're mistaken either way. Okay? So he's saying here, well, if you're mistaken, you need a mistaken view in order to have ignorance. That mistaken view, what is it? That mistaken view. Let's look for the mistake. Alright, something that is impermanent, perceiving it as permanent. But according to you, that cannot be wrong, because you perceive anything inherently so. And if you're not mistaken with regard to this table being inherently impermanent, well, then you should be mistaken about it being permanent. Because inherently impermanent also doesn't exist. Alright. Why? So that's that. So it cannot be inherently impermanent. It can only be conventionally impermanent, but conventionally not permanent. Okay. And then what about being wrong now? If you're wrong, well, that means you're grasping at something. So does the grasping exist inherently? Right? Are you inherently grasping at something being permanent, for instance, when you're wrong? Well, no, because inherently grasping doesn't exist, because it depends on the grasper and the object to be grasped. Right? There's no grasping in and of itself. It seems that way, there's just holding on, right? Because in the mind, it just appears holding on. But the mind just fills out the rest. But in actuality, there's this person who's grasping, there's the object. So you can't have an action without an agent and an object. So again, it depends on lots of other things and moments in time based on which we say the action of grasping took place. It's not inherent grasp. Alright, so this is what is said in verse 15. Okay, 13 and 14 was what I said before. Then, since there's no inherent grasping, there can also not be an inherent grasper. So no person again. So previously we used the argument that because there's no inherent person, there's no inherent afflictions. Here we're saying because there's no inherent affliction, there's no inherent person. We go this way, right? So for the mind to be really thorough, back and forth, and here and there, just not for the mind to rest on and say, oh, but this exists inherently. Like Tommy beautifully reflected that when he said, yeah, the trees and all this, and there must be something there. And the mind is looking for it, something there. It's kind of like looking for it somewhere. And to avoid that, you look at all possibilities. Okay? So there's no grasper, because there's no grasping. So, and then if you are mistaken, being mistaken is an action. It requires some moments. And those moments must exist in time. And when you say being mistaken, well, it means it's in the present. Okay. If it's happening in the present, it couldn't have taken place in the past because you have already been mistaken. So being mistaken right now does not refer to the past mistake. The past mistake can only be something different. So being mistaken cannot refer to the past mistake. We're clear on that. It can also not refer to the future effect of being mistaken because the mistake hasn't happened yet. It doesn't exist right now. Okay. So it can only be in the present. But the present only consists of a former moment and a later moment, a past moment and a future moment. We can be dividing it into those. And we've already established being mistaken didn't happen in the past, doesn't happen in the future, but we can't really find a present moment where we're actually mistaken. In fact, every moment can be again subdivided into at least two moments. So which one is it in the present? Right? So if you get more into time, this also becomes a little bit more obvious. To give you another example, with time that I find very helpful, we have a sense something is intrinsically this, that, and the other. Also in terms of time. Intrinsically, now there's a sprout. Now the example I give you, many of you probably use it, but it still works for me at least, so let me share it with those who haven't had it. So I would have a sense when I'm mistaken, there's a moment when the mistake starts, right? Okay, very precise. That was the moment I was mistaken. That was the moment the sprout started to grow. Okay, if you grow sprouts, if you grow flowers, for instance. Okay, it seems so clear. One moment it wasn't there, now it's there. From its own side, and I just see it there. If it were really that clear-cut, objectively like that, if I were to take photographs of that process, the seed slowly germinating and slowly growing into the sprout. If I take pictures, 5,000 pictures, right? 10,000. And I hang them up in the kibbutz on like a washing line, all the way through the kibbutz. And I'll ask you, choose the first moment of the sprout. Is it picture 10,011? Is it picture 9,000, 500, whatever? Are you all going to disagree? Yes, of course you are. Because it's a matter of opinion. It's a matter of labeling. Is it a sprout now or not? When was the exact moment? We're all going to disagree because it's not inherently, there's no inherent moment that we all would have to recognize. No, it's totally subjective. When am I going to call it a sprout or not? How much do I need for it to be? It's just a matter of convention. And with regard to certain things, we may all agree now it's a sprout. But when it goes a little deeper, more details, we'll start disagreeing because it becomes less and less clear, like the mosaic. The closer you go towards it, the less clear it seems. That's why in ultimate analysis, looking closer,